Hello, my name is Rico and I would like to talk about the Project Colossal template. Project Colossal is a premix template designed as a starting point to compose orchestral music. For now, it runs in Cubase or in Vienna Ensemble Pro. It uses the strings, brass and woodwind libraries from the Cinematic Studio series. Not with the mix mics, but with all separate mics enabled, carefully EQ'd and balanced to get a brighter and open sound. I chose these libraries because they are by far my favorite sample libraries to work with. They add lots of realism, in my opinion, and I personally also prefer a scoring stage sound. But the out-of-the-box sound doesn't fit my needs at the moment. It's a little bit dark for my taste. Because after all, Project Colossal is my personal template too. Here are a few examples of some instruments. To get to the sound I like, I used FabFilter Pro Q3 a lot, on every channel. I used this plugin specifically because it's super easy to use, the dynamic EQ function is great and it sounds good. For future updates, it is very easy to swap out one instance with a new preset, either in Cubase or in Vienna. Those are the reasons I could not use a stock EQ. Another reason is the mix function. If you would like to dial back the original CSS sound a little bit, you can do it like this. Cubase users can do that for all libraries at once with the Q-Link feature. So, what are the differences between the versions? Both Cubase and Vienna Ensemble Pro have a key switch version with an A and B patch. The A patch always has legato enabled. The B patch has it disabled by default, so you can play chords, but I also like to use the B patch to sneak in some attacks on notes that the first patch is playing. Or, of course, you can use it for divisi writing. Both Cubase and Vienna Ensemble Pro also have a split patch version, with all articulations on a separate MIDI channel. Of course, for Cubase the tracks were already made and connected. Vienna users need to do that themselves in their own DAW. Automation in Cubase is a bit easier since the audio channels are all available in the Cubase mixer. So automating a group of close mics is done with a few clicks. For Vienna, this needs to be done with parameters, which are already set up. Parameter 1 controls Deca-tree volume. Parameter 2 rooms, and 3 controls close and overheads. That means if you automate parameter 3 from within the DAW, you are controlling the close mic levels of that library. Cubase users can use expression maps as an alternative to key switches. These are also included when purchasing the template. The Vienna version also has its benefit. It speeds up loading and saving times of the DAW session, and you can split libraries over multiple machines to save CPU power. Another important topic is the technical side and the plugins I've used, because you really need a beefy machine to run this setup. Since all microphones are loaded, you need at least 32 GB of RAM and SSDs for sample streaming. I recommend at least 64 GB for the split patch version, since it demands more computer power. All template versions will be loaded with purged samples. The key switch version sits around 18 GB. The split patch version is around 55 GB. Keep in mind this is purged. The huge difference in memory is probably because of the CSS scripts running in the background on each loaded articulation. There is no way to purge that. Then, plugins. You really cannot use the template as intended without FabFilter Pro Q3. Another plugin I really do recommend is 2C Audio Precedence, as it adds more depth and subtle random reflections. All other plugins mentioned in the teaser, like Soothe, J37 or Gulfas, are not mandatory, but of course keep in mind the sound will be slightly different as I intended. Same goes for reverbs. I do recommend the reverbs I've used, however, you can easily swap those around with your own, as I will show in private videos. You will get access to those after purchasing the template. In those videos, I will explain a bit more in detail what settings I've used and why. All plugins used in the template are VST3 and are updated too, so make sure you update all of them before loading the template. When purchasing Project Colossal, you will get access to all template versions and updates, all plugin presets and exclusive videos which are going more in depth about the balance, EQ and reverb decision making. Finally, the template will sell for $149 US. I really think the price reflects the time and effort put into this. That's it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I really hope you enjoy Project Colossal.